Good morning and welcome to Lavender Love Yoga. I'm just going to speak for a few moments before we start the yoga. Obviously, we've been online for a considerable time, longer than we would have first thought when we entered this pandemic. But we are looking forward to coming back to live classes. As you know, I've always created my offerings online completely for free for you, for anyone you know to access. But as we start moving back to in-person classes, I'm moving away from just term time. My children are a little bit older, so we're going to be running all the way through, except for if I ever go on holiday, on Friday mornings. There are going to be two classes because this will allow for a numbers cap so we can get our social distancing moving on. So I'm running a class at 9:15 till 10:15 and then 10:30 to 11:30. I've put all the details up on the Facebook and on the WhatsApp group. Please do feel free to share these with your friends. With the two classes, I'm able to offer yoga to more people. So yes, if you want to book on, I'm booking with an app called ClassFit. If you're not quite sure how to find that, just send me your email and I'll send you an invite so you can book onto the classes and pay online, and it will make everything all efficient. Okay. So we're going to come into our yoga now, and we're finding yoga for our authentic self, finding who we are and accepting who we are. A lot of us struggle with finding our inner selves, with growth, with fear, and trying to be perfect all the time. And I was listening to someone called Jesse Elder on Clubhouse, and he put up a really inspiring, almost like a poem, about how growth isn't painful, but avoiding it is, and how success isn't hard. Not being successful is hard. Fear isn't a problem, but letting it control you is a problem. Okay, so this is what we're going to be going on, finding our inner selves, giving ourselves the courage to embrace who we are, to embrace our growth, develop our successful outlook, and owning ourselves and loving ourselves with it all. Okay, so find yourself in a nice reclined position, either flat, bent-legged, pillows, even on a chair if you prefer. And just take a moment whilst you're here to really settle in and get comfortable. Adjust that bit of clothing or resettle as you need. Take a deep cleansing breath as we start our yoga practice. This is for you. Gently lay your hands on your lower abdomen as you breathe in, pull the air all the way down to the bottom. Remember, your lungs are deeper at the back than they are at the front. Keep breathing deeply. Feel your back inflate and increase in size with each breath all the way down to the floor. Lifting up your hands slightly to the middle lobes of the lungs. the rib cage into the hands as you inhale and away as you exhale. There's no rushing. If your mind starts to wander, don't worry. It's normal and it's natural. Let it wander, but when you notice it wandering, just go, okay. Back to the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Up your hands to your upper lobes. Breathing deeply in. Let your hands come down to your side. Just deeply breathe. Hopefully your body's feeling a bit more calm, a bit more yogi, a bit more connected with itself through the breath, to the body, to the earth. On the next exhale, hug in one knee. Breathe in deeply and hug in another. As you take your hands to your knees, as you exhale, draw them into the chest. Inhale, separate and circle. Lovely. Take your hands to the back of your thighs. Let the knees separate as the feet fly up into the air. And take your hands to your calves, even to the inner feet, as you gently rock from side to side. The floor massage your lower back. Just enjoy that feeling. Close your eyes and just let your body connect. Inhale, exhale. Feel the hips opening, the back being massaged by the floor. Just enjoy it. You've already released the legs. And bring them to a bent position, feet flat on the floor. And here what we're going to do is we're going to work a little bit into bridge just to mobilise the spine. So start rocking that lower pelvis into the floor, lifting up a little before settling it back down. come up very high. Focusing on that spine mobilization. You want to come up into the bridge, feel free. Remember to squeeze the 50-pound note between the glutes, core strong if you do. You don't want to come all the way up, just sit, but stick with raising and lowering that tailbone. If you want to, you can take your hands, gently push on under the hips, just to come into a little mini back bend. If this is too intense, depending on how your lower back has been, you can always fold your arms underneath your middle of your back. As you curl down, let it just settle over in. And that can help take a little bit of pressure as it helps stretch out the curves in that lower back. It's up to you if you're up high or down low. Just enjoy that little stretch and that opening up the stomach, the bending of the spine. I'm not quite sure opening up the stomach. We say the strangest things. They make sense in my brain. Inhale. Exhale. When you feel ready, either release the arms or lift up, take the hands away from the hips and settle back down. And we're going to hug those knees in just a little bit more. That's a rock from side to side if you need, just to release the back. And when you're ready, rolling onto one side and coming up to a seat. Okay. When you're in a comfortable position, just take a moment. Feel the spine lengthening up towards the ceiling. Let's roll the shoulders around and back. Give that jaw a nice little wriggle. And again, once again, center back into the breath. When you're ready, exhale down to the chest. Inhale, chin to shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale to the other side. Breath movement. Creating that balance. Balance and opposites is part of our theme today. Linking with our meditation. Next time you come over to one side, just take a pause there. You can take your hand to the side and extend the opposite hand, coming into that stretch. Round down with both sides of the buttocks. Feel that stretch in the thigh body. Your next inhale, lift up, take the top hand behind you. The other hand comes to the opposite knee, shine through the sternum, twist waist, chest, shoulders, neck. And behind you, as you inhale to give height, hand on the knee to twist around. Inhale, lift up and return to center. Take the other hand to the floor, breathe in, the hand overhead, and breathe deeply into that side body for that side stretch coming in. Inhale, lift up, take the top hand behind you, take the other hand to the opposite knee, straight through the sternum and twist all the way from the bottom up to the top. Remember to link your breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift up and come back to center. We're going to do a little bit of strength building, a little bit of core work, linking into boat. So find yourself on the glutes, and then you can just part them gently. You're sitting right on the sit bone, and take the hands behind the thighs. Roll the shoulders back, feel that the pelvic floor lift, core nice and tight. And again, you want to play around with where you feel comfortable. That might be linking one leg off the floor, perhaps swapping to the other. And just feeling the balance, feeling the pelvic floor engaged, feeling the core lift up. Perhaps you want to go for both, perhaps you want to go all crazy. Stick with where you're comfortable and a little bit more. Nothing too much. Make sure you're not rounding your back, keep those shoulders back. So wherever you are, take a moment, see if you can push it just that little bit more, maybe a little bit of lengthening, or try both feet. Take an inhale and relax. Let the background counter the pose. Lovely. Coming back up. Reset. Pull the pelvic floor up, belly button to the spine, shoulders go back, and coming back to wherever you are, either taking opposites, coming together, going crazy, whatever you need. And then when you're ready, let go of the thighs if you can, and just take them forward. Inhale, exhale. We'll try and do 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Keep that pelvic floor lifted. Inhale, exhale. Feet down, let the back curve. Take some nice deep relaxed inhales and exhale. Lovely. Alright, we're going to try and add a little twist to it now. So again, reset. Lift up, pelvic floor lifted, core engaged, shoulders back and down. Let's play with the legs. You can let go of the arms. If you can't, just hold on still, that's fine. Take the left hand over onto the right and open up the right hand so you've got a nice twisting boat. Inhale, exhale, close. Inhale, open and relax. Been a while since I've done boat. Lovely. We're not going to take too long on the recovery here. Lift up, reset, core, pelvic floor, shoulders. Come into position. Let the arms go if you can. Inhale. Exhale, right to left. Inhale, open up. Have the hands open or hold on to the leg as you need. Exhale, close. Open and relax. Whew. Take a moment. I think that's enough core work for that one. Right. Coming over, we're going to come into our tabletop position here. Okay, so we're going to do both. We're going to revert in a moment. We're going to do a little bit of balancing before then. So just let the flexibility come into the spine. Downward cat cows. I don't know what I'm saying there. Cat cows, as we normally do, as is comfortable for you. And when your back's feeling good and you've had your wriggles or you've wagged your tail, loosening it all up. Bring the hands below the shoulders. If you're uncomfortable, come up onto your fists. But here you still want to keep your pelvic floor strong. And we're going to take the right leg out behind you. I'm sure you can see it. Right. If you're feeling comfortable, you can bring it up to hip height. Foot flexed, pelvic floor lifted to stabilize. Gaze just forwards inside the other hands. Hold. When you're ready, bring back. If you need to cat-cow, shake your tail, loosen up the back. Feel free to take any movement that's comfortable. And again, we're going to take the left leg back. So stabilize your core, lift the pelvic floor. If you want it on the floor, you can. If you want to come up to hip height, feel free. Ready? Bring the knee back. Okay. Sit back. Loosen your hands, thriller style. Back them all up if you need. Make sure you're listening to your body. If your body's giving you any discomfort in any way, make sure you respond to that. When you feel ready, coming back to tabletop, and we're going to do opposites, coming into Supermans. Right, so pelvic floor lifted, core nice and tight. Take the right leg back, either on the floor or up to hip height. Now, if you've gone for your left leg, don't panic. Stick with it, but go for the opposite hand. So my right leg is up, my left arm is going to stretch. And I'm going to come into almost an opposite stretch here. So I'm twisting and stretching at the same time. Inhale, stretch a bit more. Exhale, bring elbow to knee around the back. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, knee to elbow. Last stretch. And coming back. Oh, there. Always comes at the awkward time. Right, okay. Just stretching out my cramp. I do apologise. What happens with lives, I'm sure. But if I tell you to honour your body, I've got to honour mine as well. So if you need to come back, have a little bit relaxed. I'm just going to breathe through my cramp and then hopefully I'll be able to do the other leg. I've got it. Okay. When you feel ready, coming back into tabletop. Pelvic floor lifted, core tight. Stretch the left leg back. If you can, lift it up to hip height. Taking the opposite arm out. Breathe in deeply. Feel that opposite stretch. As you exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch. Exhale. Inhale. Last inhale. And relax. Lovely. Right, wherever you are, take a break if you need. Otherwise, tuck your toes under. We're going to do the opposite to the bird. We're going to come to the downward dog. Same shape, different set of muscles. Engage your pelvic floor, lift your strengthen your core, lift up the knees, and straighten the legs. You can pedal out your back legs here. Just keep it straight. Make sure you're putting your shoulder blades down the back towards your tailbone, so you're lifting the pressure away from the arms. Deep breathing. Just shake your head, yes. Shake your head no. Make sure you're not gathering that tension in that neck. And when you're ready, walk your feet towards your hands. Keep your knees bent. And take hold of the elbows and gently rock from side to side. And And then when you're ready, slowly curling back up to that. I'm not sure if I'm in the screen. Let me just adjust the computer screen. It seems to slip down a little. Okay, so we're going to be coming into a bit of balancing pose. So if you want to grab hold of a chair or a stool to have beside you, you feel free. Find what it is that you need to do it. I'm just going to go for a wobble. I'm going to grab my mantelpiece. So we're trying to contrast. We did the boat, did the downward dog, did the opposite arm and legs into the structure. We're going to create that into balance at the same time. Not quite exactly the same moves, but go with it. My mind's obviously jumping from place to place. Okay. So take a moment. Widen the feet to about hip width distance apart. Roll the shoulder blades down, close the eyes, and feel where you're balanced. You can test it by moving slightly, coming back. Harder with the eyes closed. Take a slow blink. And find your place in strength and stillness. Now here you want to look out the knees, that sort of little micro bend. Lift the pelvic floor and pull the core into the back. So if you imagine popping a Smartie into the belly button, I want you to try and keep it there. And then very carefully, I'm going to shift my weight over to my left, and I'm going to pick up my right knee. This is where my left leg needs to be well balanced. I need that micro bend in the knee, and I need the balance between my toes and my heel. Pelvic floor lifted. You want to hold onto the knee, you can. Sometimes that helps create a connection, and it can make the balance a little easier. Or you can take your hands to the side, or even up over the head, and that will challenge your core a little bit more for that core strength. Lovely. If you need to put your knee down to get your balance, just do so and pick it up. If you're quite happy here, I'm going to twist towards my knee. If I can keep my knee up, and open up my arms into a twist again. If you want to get that connection, just hold on to that knee, outside of the knee, and that can help. So as inhale, exhale, come back, and replace down. Nice little bit of balance. Let the legs have a little wriggle. Roll the shoulders, close your eyes, find your core balance. Lift the pelvic floor. Inhale, exhale. Shifting the weight over to the right leg. Slowly picking up the left knee. The holding it creates that connection. Taking the arms wider, even overhead. Lift the pelvic floor, find the core. Breathe deeply. If you need to have a pause, take your leg down, you can. Otherwise, twist the body round towards the bent knee. You can open up the arms, inhale, exhale. And hold the knee if you need a little extra support. Inhale, come back to centre. And when you're ready, come down a bit more elegantly than me. Remember, we don't strive for perfection. We accept and love ourselves as we are. Okay. We're going to do that again. If you want to keep the knee bent, you can. If not, I'm going to try and extend my leg out. It might not work. And instead of twisting towards my leg, I'm going to try and take my leg out to the side. You can do it with a leg bent as well as trying to extend it. Okay. Finding your center. Inhale. Exhale. Shifting the weight over to your left. Feel the foot around down to the floor, the micro bend in the knee. Take hold of your big toe if you can. And have a go. Stretching out your leg. It doesn't have to be dead straight. Find that core. If you can, open it out to the side. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back and release. Just a bit of an added challenge there. Back to center. Of course, if you manage to hold it longer than me, you go ahead. Find your weight over to the right leg, lifting up the left. You can grab your toe, straighten up the left. Inhale. Exhale, try and take it out to the side. Back in. And release. Lovely. I never claim to be a master. But I do enjoy the contrast, the slight challenge, the balance that comes in. And the thought that tomorrow when I practice that move, it might be a little bit easier. Okay. So, we're going to come down a little bit for balance. Okay? Now this one might be a little bit tough. In fact, I'm going to find it very tough. But we're going to give it a go anyway. I'm going to try and bend my knees. Okay? Not too far, almost like a mini chair. And I'm going to extend my left leg out in front of me. And lift up my arms. And I'm going to lift up my left leg so it comes a little bit higher. It's a nice little balance, not as hard as the one we've just been doing, but it does strengthen out those legs. From here, I'm going to try and straighten my standing leg and then bend it slightly. Try that twice more, bend, straighten, or it lifts away. Straighten, and bend, and relax. If you're ready, bend your knees, straighten out your right leg, and if you can, lift off the floor a little. Lift up the arm. Straighten the left, and bend. Straighten, and bend. Straighten, and bend. Lovely, relax. Okay, we're going to take this down to the floor. This might be a little bit tough. Do feel free to have a block underneath your heels that lets your heels lift with that little bit of stability in it. You want to stay standing and practice that movement again, you feel free. I'm going to come down and I'm going to try and balance on my toes. Okay, this creates the balance into the posture. Inhale and exhale. Lift up that pelvic floor and engage the core. Now, if you feel ready, you take that left leg out in front of you. And then try and balance a little bit more. Just destabilizes it, engages that core, Engage the pelvic floor. You can lift your hands forward if you wish. Okay, coming back down. The leg back. If you need to have a straighten, stretch out those legs, feel free. Otherwise, coming back. I'm going to take the right leg out in front of us this time. The arms inhale. Exhale. How's that looks? And relax down. Okay. Sit down on your bottom. Legs out in front of you. I always sit on a block because this makes it a bit more comfortable for me. It helps to tilt my pelvis in the right way. Shoulders back and down. And lean with your chest. Don't come down in a turtle. Lean the chest forwards. If this is too intense, feel free to pop a little cushion or blanket or towel underneath the knees, and that takes the pressure off the hamstrings. So trying to get our sternum over to toes, nose to toes, not nose to knees. Finding that length in that lower back. And fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward. And keep that pattern going. And slowly curling back up. I'm going to contrast that with lying down. Feet flat, knees bent. Inhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, drop the knees over to one side. Feel the body relaxing into the pose, twisting off the lower back. When you're ready, inhaling up the knees and exhale them over to the other side. Inhale up. Exhale over to the first side again. And you can stretch out that leg or step it over the knee, just to intensify that stretch a little bit more. Release your variation. Inhale up the knees. And exhale them over to the other side. Again, taking a variation back to the leg. Stretching the heel away. Taking it over, stepping over that. When you feel ready, releasing and letting your body settle down into your Shavasana. So you're comfortable. Relax. Feel that breath flowing in and flowing out. As you find yourself trying to relax, finding and accepting your body as you are. Think about your authentic self, your intuition. Think about how growth isn't really painful. But avoid it. Now success isn't actually hard. But if you hold yourself back from your success, how much harder that is. Fear is not a problem. But if you let it control you, it will be. Owning your life is not difficult. But if you allow others to own your life, then it is. Trying to be perfect is not the struggle. Failure to accept and love yourself is. Love does not hurt. Holding back love does. Be you. Embrace your growth. Celebrate your success. Don't let your fear control you. Own your life. Accept and love yourself. And let love for yourself